Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and boy, it feels like I just saw you guys. So, I do one Twistoon progressive Digi challenge each month, and so I color one of her images. You guys can get them free too. Join us at Quality Crafts on Facebook so that you can get all the information for that, or you can look for her group, which is Twistoon. I think it's Twistoon. Just search that on Facebook. I'm not sure exactly what she called it, but you get several, if not lots, of images to choose from, and you get one for free. And then if you color it and put it into her group and my group, then you can, if we qualify with the number, then you get the next month for free. So potentially you get, all, well, we don't have January now, but we have February through December. So if you want to try to get all of these digis, it's super fun. All you have to do is color one and post it. And I get to give away little gift certificates to get more free digis from her store. So you're definitely going to want to post it in Quality Crafts on Facebook. So this is the image that I chose, this little rocket guy. He's super cute. I already did try to pan in to make sure that this was super close for you. That's about as good of a quality I can get at this moment. Here are another couple of really cute images that I could have chosen from. I bought a couple extra. They're so stinking cute. One for Easter and one is just fishing, and I just think it's so cute. So I'm going to put those aside, and we're going to shoot for the same coloring that I have in this one. So let's see if I bring it up, will it clarify it just a little bit more? Not too bad. So this is the look I'm going for. These are all the markers. If you want to stop and take a picture of all the colors, I'm using all Copic markers today. Okay, if you're interested in that. So Copic markers there, and then I will be making a full card after I'm done coloring him. So this is going to be real time. I'm going to use all the colors that are in this little cup here. And you're free to watch this anytime. You might get some tips, you might not. I am not I'm not a perfect colorer, but I do enjoy it. So I'm going to start out with the rocket in the spots where they're blue. I'm going to lay down some light blue. Actually, I think I'm going to go even lighter. Some really light blue, and then some medium, and then some dark. These three colors. So I've got B00, B02, and B29. So let's go ahead and start with these. And I'm just going to take the caps off right away so I can go back and forth. Oh, but you guys can't see those because I moved it up too close. How about right here? That's not bad. So the whole thing, I already colored on myself. The whole thing is going to be this light blue to start off with. A lot of my Copics need to be refilled. So maybe someday I will put my money into that and get them refilled. So then I'm going to go in with this next medium blue, and I'm going to kind of outline all where like it's going to be a little bit darker in the center, and all I do is just flick that light blue right in there. I'm kind of trying to follow what I did on the last one just because I like the way it turned out. And then a little bit on the edges here. We'll be pulling that out. Okay, and then the darkest one I'm going to put a little bit more in. So I had quite a few of you guys who were going to come in, but now I don't see all you guys in here. So I'm wondering what happened to you. But we're just going to keep layering here, and we'll get a little layered look in the front there. Put a little bit more of, this is the medium one, over the top of that one again. I'm not going to go in with any more of that dark one. I just want to put the medium on, and then I'm going to put the light one back on again. So if you guys were in the last video that I just made, where I did a card, a 1 in 10, let me know you're here by leaving a comment. So again, that was B00, B02, and B29. And I missed this little part right here. So I'm just going to throw that in there. Give it a little blend with this one, and that'll be good. At the end, I do use a gel pen. If you can see, it looks like he's shining here. Those are not parts of it. These little shiny parts, I'll be adding them at the end. Hey, Charlotte, thanks for letting me know you're here. I think I'm going to bring this out a bit just so that you guys can see the one that I'm copying, basically. Maybe move my markers a little bit so you can see that guy. So the face in this is all just basically like a skin color and a gray. And so this one I'm using for skin color Barely Beige E11. And I'm going to color his face that color. I used to do all my coloring in my Spectrum Noirs, but I just decided that, you know, I just really like how much easier it is to get into little spots with these. And now that little part that is his face shield, I'm going to put this light blue, this B00 I just used. Hey, Monica. And I'm just going to go right over the whole thing. His skin. And then all the way down that little shield and across. The whole thing. So what's going to happen is it's going to make everything look like it's like a shade of blue on top of him. So that's the mask. And you can go back in and darken that stuff up with grays and stuff too. So I think what I'm going to do now is I've got a couple of grays here. I've got a W1, that's a warm gray, a W3, and a C5. This is the darkest one. So I'm just going to go in with the lightest one first. And I'm just going to go ahead and color everything that gray. Trying to go around the little light spots. So I went outside his little helmet with that skin tone, but I'm able to just blend that all in with the gray and make it look like it was never a mistake. Same with this part here. I went outside, so I'm going to do a little gray here and a little gray at the top of his helmet for like a shadow. And then a little bit down here is a shadow. And I'll be adding those in with a little bit darker gray as well. But I'm going to go ahead and do all the parts that are gray first so I don't forget them. So I've got the handle down here. This little part here we made gray. So that looks like it should be a piece of metal. And then a couple of pieces right here. And then with those, I'm going to add in the next color of gray. We're going to add in just some, you know, the dark lights, low lights, highlights. I'm not real good at those. I just make them up as I go along. So I'm thinking, okay, there could be a little bit here, a little bit underneath this shield, probably down here a little bit. And then on the edges of these, to make them look more rounded, I'll put a little bit on the edge. And then I'm going to go in with the darkest one to make those even more pronounced. So I'm going to put a little bit on those rounded parts and a little bit under here. Not a lot, just a little, probably a little under here for that shadow. And then just a touch on these to make them look a little bit more rounded. And then I'm going to go back in with the second darkest gray and just go ahead and tap them. They're really tiny spots. All I'm really doing is just sliding and tapping just to make those blend in together. And then the last lightest gray, just to go over it one more time So that's pretty light, and I really like the gray over here. So I'm gonna touch up a little bit more with a little bit more of this gray, this dark gray, but I'm not gonna fill the whole thing in. I'm just gonna put some flicks of gray in here. And then I'm going to go over it with the second lightest one and just blend those in. So it looks like it's mostly gray, but I don't want to overdo it. That looks pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is just fill it, and you can go whatever order you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to use this Y15 cadmium yellow to fill in his little lights, his little dealy bopper here, and his little lights. And I'm not even going to use a second color for those. I'm just going to go all the little tiny pieces here with just this yellow color, because in the end you wouldn't notice it anyway, really. And I'm going to make all these little lights, these little dots. And I'm going to make the dots on the back little tiny lights. And then I'm going to add some yellow to this part of the fire that's coming out of the back of his rocket. Wahoo! Alrighty. Hi, Jill Lucas. And then we're going to do some orange and red here. I've got a deep orange, which is RO salmon red. Actually, it's more of an orangey red, and then an RV29 which is crimson. So the outside of the fire, I'm going to make that orange color. And then I'm going to add some red in between the two. So my red is going to go, actually I'm going to do it kind of on the tip. The tip's not in between, to make it look like it's getting fire red on the outside. And then I'm going to go right down the middle of the rocket here. I'm going to make this part red, coming out to that other part up the top that looks similar. I'm going to do that all red as well. And then I did a little bit of gray around those. So I'm going to take the second darkest and the third darkest grays, which are C5 and W3. And I'm going to make those parts around that gray. See, I could have done all the gray at once, but I missed that part, so no big deal. We're just going to add these in. Put a little bit of that extra dark coming from the bottom up. And then that little bit of red that I missed right at the tip top here. Cute. All right, let's see what else. I'm going to add a little bit more of this E11 skin tone under his eyes. So I want more of his eye to stand out, and right now I can't really notice it. That's better. Go up to the tippy top here, make a little bit darker. Cool. And he's wearing a purple suit. So I have two different purples. I have a violet, so violet lilac and lilac. VO4 is lilac, VO9 is violet. And so I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other two. I'm just going to go ahead and color the whole thing this light purple first, and then I'm going to add in the dark purple to make it a little bit more expressive, like with I don't know how to explain it. We want him to look like he has more dimension and stuff, so I'm going to add in the dark like we did with the rocket. So I gotta make sure I'm moving slow enough that I don't color something that's not supposed to be purple, because some of her images are really intricate. You can also print these a lot bigger than I have. So the next thing is I'm going to add some of the dark purple. So I'm going to have like a stripe coming down his arm here. Oh, I missed part of it. He's got purple on his arms too, which I missed. There we go. So I just have like one little stripey do coming down his arm. And then I have a little stripe that kind of came from his waist going up his other pant. And maybe, nope, I think it should be on the outside. So I think that's it. I think that's as far as I went with that. But I went back in with the light and just rolled around like a little round kind of scrubby motion and just scrubbed that in. Okay, and that's about it. That's all I did for that one. Whoa. And then, let's see. So, I gotta finish. Oh, I didn't do his belt. Let's do his belt in a dark gray. See what I mean by, like, you can go out of order? You almost have to, because there I missed a little bit of his purple suit as well. But once you color it all in, then you can notice those parts. Oh, hey, Kathy. I think that's part of it, too. There we go. So his gloves and his boots, I want them to look black. But you make them look black by using more of a gray tone and not flat out black. So I'm going to use the same stuff that I have here, the darkest gray that I have, which is C5. And the first thing I'm going to do is just color them all in with the C5. And you can do this any way you want, but this is how I usually do it. I could have even went in a lighter gray and used this as my black, but this is what I'm going to do. Color in his boot, and then carefully around his little lighted gloves, so I don't color in all the yellow. Take your time on this part because these are really tiny, tiny fingers. You have tiny fingers, little guy. Here we go. And then I did use a little bit of black. I don't know, I must have put it away. But I did use a little black on the outside. However, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a Spectrum Noir here. I'm going to use just one of them. An IG6, which is a much darker gray, but not black. And I'm going to color in the tread on the bottom of the boots. And then I'm going to give a little bit around the edge. And then a little bit across the top of the toe here. And you could go in even more with another dark color if you want. But I'm going to go back in with the lighter color and blend that out. And so it gives you the illusion that they are black. And if you want them darker, you can go in with another black marker like that one. So let me just go ahead and pop back up here. I'm going to do the same thing to the gloves, only I'm just going to put a shadow like on the top here. Just on the top. And then I'm going to blend that in. And I do want that darker outline. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Sharpie permanent marker and I'm going to put a tiny little outline where I want that black. That's it. Just one little tiny outline. And then one little line under each one of those little lights to make them stand out more. So I could do that around all the other little lights too, but I think I'm just going to leave that for now. Oh, and his little mouth is lit up too. I missed that. So I'm going to go right over that gray with the yellow. There we go. And she's pretty much done, except for this rocket's a lot darker. I'm going to add in a little bit more of this second tone blue and darken this up a bit. I'm going to leave some of it still light because I don't want it to all be super dark. And then I'm going to go over it with the lighter blue too. And you can always add more, so don't be afraid to do that. You know, start off with a layer, and then if you don't like it, add a little bit more. Looks like I might have missed a little bit around here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more at the top. That looks pretty good. Just keep playing with it until, you know, you like the way it looks. This one I used a little gray around the eyes. This one I did not. I don't know if you can tell. Not too much. But that's close. That's pretty close. So to finish it off, I used a white gel pen. Either that or... let's see. I either used a white gel pen or I used a paint pen. And I can't remember, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my gel pen. Make sure it's rolling. A lot of my gel pens have been dying because I've had them for years. This one looks really empty. Yeah, this one's done. Turtly empty. Let's see if I can get this one to work. This one is my Dylusions White Linen acrylic paint pen. So we're going to try to add some of these little highlights. One trick with these paint pens, sometimes the acrylic will leave a little skin, so if you wipe it on a wet wipe, sometimes that will bring it back to life. Let that pen start flowing again. So we've got... This is not my absolute favorite one to do over the top. I like a white gel pen. I think there's a little bit more stark white. So we got one there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to switch to my gel pen. I know I have a few more here. I just gotta swing this around. Oh, maybe I used them all. Oh, well. We'll just keep working with this one. Just won't be quite as stark white as the other ones. And then the other, the little stars, you can just make a crisscross and then kind of fill it in, if that makes sense. So I do like a little line going up. Come on, get rolling. There we go. A little line up and a little line across. I don't know if it's because the alcohol is still wet that it's fighting with me. There we go. That's it. It's all it really is just a little crisscross. Crisscross. That's cute. Cute, cute. I'll have to go over that a little bit later, see if I can get it to be a little bit more white. Then one down here. You can put them wherever you want, really doesn't matter. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, I think it would look good here. This looks good. There we go. Yeah, we're getting a little bit better now. Crisscross. And then you just fill in the center a little bit more. And that's it. I would do one here. Oh, now she's rolling. Just had to get her moving. Little dots you can do too. You don't have to do all lines. You can do dots. So, you know, that was a lot of marker. Maybe it wasn't fully dry. And then my paint pen's like, nope, not gonna color on that baby. Cute. Let's see, anything else that I want to add? I can add little stripes here. I don't know if you can see that. See the little tiny stripes and the little... The darker you go with your colors, the more those are going to stand out. But I do have a bunch on there. Super cute. Isn't he, Diane? I just totally love it. So I'm going to take a little bit of time here to fussy cut this with you guys because I jumped on and wasn't thinking about how I wanted to put that card together for you. So I think instead of doing like super intricate, I'm just going to leave a teeny tiny white border the best I can. And then I'm going to create a card for you. And it's going to be really cool. It's going to have some Nouveau powder, shimmer powders. It's going to have some Gina K glitz gels. It's going to be super cute. So those of you guys who came and hung out today, I hope that you really like it, because I've had this like all planned out and scheduled and put on the side, ready to go for several weeks now. I don't know why I put it off till now. You know, things get so busy sometimes that I might have bit off a little bit more than I could chew this year. Because there's so much that I really like to be a part of, you know. Speaking of being a part of, a couple of years ago they started a Save the Crafter. I think that's what it's called. Save the Crafter. Kind of a deal. And now there's so many big, huge, and awesome companies that are supporting it. And it just seems to keep growing. So I jumped in on that. I was invited, which I was totally thrilled by. And so that's going to be coming up too. I think that's in March. So not too long away. I got to get that going. And then I'm also joined in just a one-time get-together, like a crop, here in my city, in Madison here, that I had to make a card that 55 people could copy and make in a weekend. So I have my cards just about ready to roll. I did buy the cards and the envelopes because I didn't feel like making 55 of them. So there I have him all cut out. So cute. And I already have a background made for him that I thought would be just astounding. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the card ready here. If you're watching this rerun, let me know what you think. Well, actually, he's not the alien. He's a little guy going into outer space, but you can call him if you want. He's got a helmet on and a suit. Her Digis are just amazing. You get a chance to get one. So he's going to be flying into outer space. Okay? Because I'm going to do some more video showing how I did this. So I'm going to have to cut it down just a little bit, probably on each side to make it look right. Because I want it to fit kind of in the middle here. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think I might cut... I'm going to cut a little bit more off because then maybe I could put a little sentiment on the bottom. So this part will go here. He'll be flying in that sky, but I want him to stand out a little bit more. So my plan is to put like a little background swoosh here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I hope this turns out because I'm using the idea that I've had in my mind all day. Now we're going to see it play out and see if it truly turns out as cool as I think it will. Like, I could put just a white something here or a black something here to make him stand out. But what I want to do is, I want to put some silver here. Oh, you know what? I could do silver and black. I'm pretty sure I have the black one. Yes. I do have the black one. Oh, and purple. Maybe I want to add just a little bit of purple. So I'm going to play around with some of these and make a little like swipe across here. Try to make it not too thick though, because we don't want it to take forever to dry. So I had a spot where I kept all of my tools for doing this. I bet I put them in with something else. There they are. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull out this one. And a couple of these, and then I'll just have to clean everything off when I'm done. I'm going to do black first because that's the darkest. I'm going to try to clean off the stuff. I'm going to try to clean off the things as I go. So if yours look like mine, where it's just been settled to one side from sitting, just mix it up. No big deal. So let's try not to put too much of this on, but just a little bit. And I want it to go this way with not too much, but going a little bit more outlined at the top. So he'll be zooming up in that little spot. See how I like the whole point is to make him stand out a little bit more. We can always add more if we want. That's not a problem. I just don't want to add too much right off the bat. Okay. Good old baby wipe. Here. Oh, I got a little black there. Alright. So let's add a little bit of that purple in. Ooh, look at that. So I'm going to just bring that out. Make sure that glue mixes in all with the glitter. This glitter in the video looks like a deep purple, but this is like real purple, a real bright, real purple. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna dry this a little bit. So if you put it on super thin, it dries real quick. But the thicker you go, the longer it takes to dry. And I'm going to start with a little bit on this end. Try to just scrape off some more, because the thinner we can get, the more it'll dry. That's cool. That's super cool. Look how glittery it is. I'll put my cover on so I don't dry them out. Oh yeah, it stays on. Yep. So here he will, and that'll help him really stand out. Right. It's warm, but it's dry, and no glitter's coming off. Do you see that? Awesome. And now I'm going to do some silver. Probably don't want too much silver. maybe silver on like the outside. Let's try that just a little bit. And that's the last one. Oh, that's a bummer that they can't have glitter. Why is that they can't have glitter? Is there like a common sense reason I'm not thinking of? Zap that with a little heat. Hi, La Quieta. That is really cool. Look at that. Hope that part's not dry. So I'm gonna just wipe off some of the parts that aren't dry. Not much. Most of it's dried. Most of it. All right. We're gonna pop him up. Flying through that little thing, so that pops him up a little bit. Pops him out. And you know what? I really think we need a black line around that to make that stand out. So I'm going to use, I think, the small end of my Sharpie here. Give us a little false black back. I've done this a couple of times in my other videos too. Makes it look almost like you put another piece of paper behind there, but you didn't. And I'm thinking I might switch to the broader tip, because this one is maybe a little bit too small for my taste. Let's just hold it up and see how it looks like. Yep, I'm going to go a little broader. I'm going to try this one. Ta-da! That makes it. I might even go around a couple of those little stars. Those poppin'. Stars be poppin'. Okay, so ooh, I really wasn't very careful with my hands. Down here, I don't know what sentiment I'm going to use yet. I don't know. But I do know that I want him to be popped up like that. Like maybe he's going upwards. And then his little fire sticks out because it's almost like white down there. Bang. Okay, let's put some pop up double-sided foam on this guy. Oh, looks like a Polaroid. Cool idea. Wasn't even going for that, but yep, it totally does. Oop, that's a little bit too big. That's alright, because we can use the little pieces on the tail. I'm not sure how high up I want to put him yet. We'll take another look at him once we get these on and see if we need to pop him up a little bit more. So this is how high he'll go. So cute. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. I think I'm going to go up one more level. Let's really pop him out of there. We really want him to be 3D. So I just have to take off these and then add another layer. There. You're out of this world. That'd be a cute sentiment. I don't know if I have that anywhere. I'll have to look. I might. But I probably won't be filling in the sentiment today because I didn't plan it out. I didn't plan out all this either. I just planned it in my mind. I thought, oh, when I do that video, I should really try that. Because that would look so cool. Any excuse to use the Glitz Glitter Gel, I'm all over that. That stuff is amazing. Alright, now he's really popped up. Let's go ahead and put him on there. Right there. I hope he sticks to the glitter. He should because it's dry. Like I said, this will dry almost instantly if you put a super thin layer on and use your heat tool at a slow speed. It's going to be perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I totally love it. I could even just cut the bottom off and have this almost a square card if I wanted. If I decided I don't want to put something down here. He turned out so cool, you guys. I really encourage you to join in on the Twistoon Progressive Challenge. Here's another couple of choices you had for this month. I bought extras because I'm just addicted to them. So there's always more than one choice, excuse me, but then you can purchase more if you like the other ones as well. And they're super cheap. They're only like $3 a piece. And for this drawing quality, it's just so impressive. Kathy Webb agrees. She said it dries fast through her stencils too. Yeah. I love it. Don't you love it when you have like this idea in your head and it just comes to life and it turns out exactly like what you're hoping it would? And now these should be good to go for next time. And all I have to do is just wipe down my surface because I have a little bit of glitter in here from me getting it all over my hands, basically. Alrighty, well, oops, I should move him down. Sorry about that. So if this is something that you like and enjoy, I will be doing another coloring video with the Twistoons once every month till the end of this year or until whenever it ends. So it depends on you, it depends on me that we get these created and put out there for everyone to see. Make sure that you're posting it on the Twistoon Facebook group as well as mine. I was given, I'm so lucky that Lisa let me give you guys extra money, extra little gift cards, so you can get more images if you win. So definitely post on my group as well. You're going to want to get the information from my group, so join us on Quality Crafts on Facebook. That group is listed in the description box below, so that's all you have to do is click on there or private message me, and I can help you get added if you can't figure it out. And you can join with me and do these really cool colorings and make your cards, and then we can share them all in the group. So I really hope that some of you guys will do it. It's so much fun. And he is so cool. It's amazing. Alright, well, I'm going to let you guys go tonight. That was 2 videos today, so if you missed the first one, back it up and watch the 10-minute 1 in 10 by Jen, because I just finished one. And if you're new to that, search my channel for 1 in 10 by Jen. There's 124 in that series, because that's how much people love it. So give me a thumbs up on your way out, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon and click all so you never miss another video, because I cannot wait to see you guys next video.